Safety.
A person who is texting while driving a car is 23 times more likely to be in an accident than someone who is not texting. This is stated by Fernando Wilson and Jim Simpson from 2010 in the American Journal of Public Health, found on eLibrary database. According to Pew Research Center, an article by Lee Rainey from 2013, it is stated that 91% of U.S. citizens own a cell phone, and almost all the people I know who own cell phones have used their cell phones while driving, specifically to text. And texting and driving needs to stop. Otherwise, we are all at a heightened risk to be in an accident that involves texting and driving and face death. I too own a cell phone, and I know that there have been many times when I was in my car and I felt the temptation to reach for my phone and text because it lit up. But where I was in a car with my friends and so the driver reached for their phone and started to use it, putting all the people in the car at risk. But I have decided that I've reached for my phone one too many times. And I urge all of you to put your phones in a place while you are driving where you will not be tempted to text. To truly understand the dangers of texting and driving, I will explain the effect that texting and driving has on our lives and the lives of the people around us, as well as how susceptible we are to texting and driving. And I will urge all of you to put your phones in a place when you are driving where they are inaccessible so that you cannot text and drive. First, I will discuss how texting and driving can cause a driver to be distracted, which can lead to a fatal accident. There is a 400% increase of time spent with eyes off the road when we text and drive. This is stated in the article, Statistics on Texting and Cell Phone Use While Driving from 2012 on the website Edgar and Snyder Associates. When we take our eyes off the road and put them on our phones, we are unable to see what is in front of us, whether or not a car is braking or a person is crossing the road. And when we take our eyes off the road and put it on our phones, an accident will happen in these particular cases. Everyone needs to refrain from texting to avoid the distraction that it causes and avoid the risk of death. The distraction in texting and driving can lead to a fatal accident. And there have been too many fatalities due to texting and driving. There were, particularly in 2008, there were 5,870 fatalities due to texting and driving. This statistic is found in the article Trends in Fatalities from Distracted Driving in the U.S. by F. Wilson and J. Stimson, posted in 2010. Everyone needs to refrain from texting and driving because the distraction that it causes can lead to a fatal car accident. Now that you are aware of the imposed threat that the distraction of texting and driving can have on our lives and the lives of the people around us, I would like to talk about how susceptible we are to texting and driving. According to Edgar and Snyder Association article from 2012 titled Statistics on Texting and Cell Phone Use While Driving, texting and driving kills 11 teens per day. And this is 11 too many if you ask me. And the fact that 11 teens per day are dying because of texting and driving, it just puts all of us other adults at an even greater risk to be involved in an accident that was caused by texting and driving. If we can hear or see our phones while we are driving, the likelihood that we grab them and start to use them is very high. And the Edgar and Snyder Association website goes on to say that at any given daylight moment across America, drivers are using their cell phones or other electronic devices while driving. Let me start that over. At any given daylight moment across America, approximately 660,000 U.S. drivers are using their cell phones or other electronic devices while driving. And this just means that when we're in our cars, there is a very high probability that somebody in close proximity to us is using their cell phones, putting us at risk. And society is already at risk of being in a car accident being in a car accident. Whether it's because people get bored when they drive and then they get lazy, or people try to multitask by either putting on makeup or eating when they drive. So when you add texting to the equation, it just further increases the chances that you will be in an accident that you will be in an accident, and it could be a fatal accident. It could cost you your life. And as I've mentioned, society is already at risk because over 91% of U.S. citizens own cell phones. And we are more inclined to reach for our cell phones for entertainment when we are driving. And society is already at a higher susceptibility because of the increased number of cell phones and because of the trends which show that more and more people are reaching for their phones when they're driving a car. And as I've mentioned before, several people in the U.S. own cell phones. And the probability that we are going to be in an accident that was caused by texting and driving is increasing. I have just discussed how susceptible we are to texting and driving, and now I would like to talk about how we can refrain from texting and refuse the temptation to grab our phones while we are driving a car. The distraction from texting and driving can be prevented, and it needs to be prevented because it costs too many lives. Resisting the urge to text while driving can help you stay focused on the road and alert to other drivers that might be texting. It is imperative to put our phone somewhere where we cannot answer a text because when we answer a text while driving, it takes away about 5 seconds of our attention, and that is enough time to travel the length of a football field going at a rate of 60 miles per hour. This is found in the article, Statistics on Texting and Cell Phone Use While Driving from 2012 on the Edgar Snyder Associates website. And in those 5 seconds, the first second you could be doing this, and the next your car could look like this, and you could end up like this. And in case you aren't aware of what is going on in this picture, a man was injured and he's being carried away on a stretcher in critical condition. It is clear that putting our phones somewhere where we cannot reach them when we get in a car can prevent us from getting distracted while driving. And in closing, I'm urging all of you to resist the temptation to text and drive. It is crucial to withhold the temptation to text and drive. Specifically, I have stated that it is crucial to withhold the temptation to text and drive because the risks of partaking in it include death. And even though our susceptibility may be high, I urge all of you to put your phones in a place where they are inaccessible when you get into a car so that you are not tempted to text. You may think that you are different. You may think that you won't get in an accident. You may think that you're super skilled at multitasking. But I'm here to tell you that you're not. You may have gotten lucky a few times. You may have got away with texting and driving. But let those times be the triggers to not let yourself do it again. 1 in 10 drivers in the study found at Edgar and Snyder Association said that they text while driving. Do not be one of those 10.